Hello, and welcome to Zork I, The Great Underground Empire. This is a really old text game from the 1980s, but it's still a really good famous one. So, the whole deal with this is that you're an unnamed adventurer and you're searching for treasures, and the goal of the game is to collect treasures and then continue on your path or whatever, or something like that. It doesn't really tell you, it's very non-linear, so that's kind of a problem. Anyways, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to beat everything in the game. So we're starting off west of house. If you really want to, you can open the mailbox and read the leaflet for a little fourth wall break. Not that it's important. Just whenever you read something like this, like a label or a guidebook or a leaflet like this, you always want to drop it right after because it's not going to help you in the future and it takes up inventory space. So to start off, we're going to go north and then we're going to go north again to the forest path. Now here we can climb this tree up, so we're going to do that. And inside this bird nest, we're going to take an egg. So this egg is very important. Don't drop it. Try and open it. It's not going to work. So let's climb down the tree and go south again. And then we're going to go east from the north of the house to the east side of the house, which is behind it. Now there's a window here, and we can open the window. And if you notice, once we move into the kitchen, our score goes up by 10. On the table here, there's a sack with peppers inside, and then there's a bottle of water. You can take those if you want, but I wouldn't recommend hanging onto them for long because they're not useful yet. Here we have a sword and a lantern that we want to take. We can move the rug to reveal a trapdoor. We can open the trapdoor, and then we can open the trophy case just to make things a little bit easier on us later on. Going down here, you'll notice A, the trapdoor is shut, so we can't go back up, and B, we are in a pitch black environment, and that is no good. Whenever you're in a dark room like this, you always want to have a light source. So in this case, we have a lantern, so we need to turn our lantern on, and then we can see we're in the cellar. Um, I would recommend a save here real fast, because if we go north, we need to kill this troll. So, kill troll with sword. It might take a few tries. The sword, or the troll is a little bit of a meanie, so he might not go so easily. But we got him. We got him. He's no longer here. He's no longer blocking exit to the room. And so now we promptly drop our sword to save inventory space. I know, it seems really stupid too. Now that we're in the underground, there is something I should tell you about. There's going to be a random NPC, a thief, who is your main adversary in this game in terms of living creatures. The troll is nothing. The thief is where it's at. He will steal your items. He will move. He's very dangerous. Whenever he's in the same room with you, he's going to take something from your inventory before leaving. So you should really be aware of that. And if you see a mysterious figure sulking in the corner of the room with bags or something like that, that's the thief. You don't like him. But right now, we probably shouldn't take him on because as your score goes up, your strength goes up. Anyways, I will be sure to point out the thief if we ever run into him. Other than that, let's just keep going. So from the troll room, we need to go west, 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 up through the maze. And once you get there, you should be at the skeletons. So at the skeleton, you can take the bag of coins, and then we continue southwest, east, south, southeast. And then we get to the Cyclops room, and then there are a couple ways to solve this puzzle. One of them is to give the Cyclops the stuff in the sack from the kitchen. So that would be a lunch or something, I think it's called. If you give him that and then water, I think that's a way that you can beat him. But in my opinion, the better way is to just say Odysseus or however you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but Greek mythology, very vague knowledge. If you say his name, that's the name of the. I think it's the Cyclops killer in Greek mythology. So the Cyclops will run away, and the crucial part about this is he runs to the east and knocks down a wall, which is very important because now we can go east to the strange passage and then east back to the living room. And now that we've found a separate way out of the underground empire or whatever, um, we will not have the trapdoor close on us any longer. So now we can open the trapdoor again from here and then head back down, and there is no consequence. I'm going to go south here. Aha, here's the thief. Here's the thief. Here's the thief. Someone carrying a large bag is casually leaning against one of the walls here. He does not speak, but is clear from his aspect that the bag will be taken only over his dead body. We do not want to fight him right here. A, because we don't have a weapon, and B, because he's very strong. So let's go ahead and leave the room. So I would recommend whenever you see the thief, you just leave the room immediately. And yeah. So anyways, let's check our inventory or typing I. We have the coins, we have the egg, we have a lantern. Uh-oh, the thief followed us. Oh my god. Um, on the way through, he quietly abstracted some valuables from the room and from your possession, mumbling something. That means he stole something. So let's go south to run away from him again. And if we press inventory, you can see our coins and our egg are completely gone. He takes treasures from you and then he keeps them for himself. Don't worry, you'll get them back by the end of the game. But the special thing about the egg is in order to beat the game, you need the thief to have the egg. So, the way you accomplish this is by letting him steal it from you by carrying it in your inventory or just dropping it on the ground. Um, I think that's a good way to get the thief to pick up the egg. And if all else fails at the end, there's a way to give the thief the egg, like manually, anyways. Let's continue east from East to Chasm, and there's a painting here, so I'm going to take this painting, and then we can head back west, north, and then up. Now, this trophy case that's in the living room, we use that to store our items. So we're going to put the painting in the trophy case, and that's done. You'll notice our score goes up when we do that. So from the troll room back down to the cellar into the troll room, we're going to go east, east, and east. And this is the loud room. Now, this this loud room is a tricky place because if we say take bar and then it just doesn't work for some reason. Now there's a really, really easy kind of cheaty way to get around this is by saying echo and you can take the bar now. But a better or more intended way is to stop the dam from blocking water above. So we're going to go do that now. So let's go up and then I think northwest and then east. So this is the dam. Um, you can read the room descriptions if you want. They're kind of helpful to get your bearings. Basically, we have a dam here and to the west. There's the reservoir. So we want to get across the reservoir. Sorry. So to do that, we need to go north. Here is a matchbook that we need to pick up, so we're going to take that real fast. And here is a wrench and screwdriver that we need. So we're going to take the wrench and the screwdriver. And then the other two items we don't need. However, we do need to push the yellow buttons. You can just say push yellow if you want, and then it'll click. Then you go south twice back to the dam, and then you turn the bolt with the wrench. After this, we're no longer going to need the wrench, so we're going to drop the wrench right here. And then this is the reservoir, and that is all fine and good. So we don't need the matchbook at the moment, or the screwdriver, so I'm going to drop those two items. And then we wait one more turn and the water level lowers. So now that we're in the reservoir south, we can go north into the reservoir. And this is where the lake used to be. We wouldn't be able to come here if we didn't lower the water level in the dam. Here's a trunk, we need it. Here's an air pump, we need that. And then we need to go north again, and we need this trident too. We actually have room in our inventory for all three of those, which is wonderful. Sorry, we need to go up instead of north. So up to the cave, north to the mirror room, north once more, to the cold passage, then west to the slide room. Now, if we go down the slide, twisting downwards, we get back to the cellar. And the cellar has a slide coming in from the west side, so that's where that links up. Anyways, we can pop up, we can put our treasures in, so we need the trident, the trunk, and the bar in the case. Now, I'm going to drop the air pump here because it's going to be needed for a later puzzle. Right now, I'm going to go back to the kitchen, then go up to the attic. Here is a knife that we're not going to pick up yet, but I am going to take the rope. We're going to go back down to the kitchen, back to the living room, back down to the cellar. Now, we need to go back to the matchbook because that's where we need to go next. In order to accomplish this, we're going to go east 3 times once more to the loud room. Now that we've lowered the dam or lowered the water level in the dam, we would be able to pick up the bar if we didn't use the echo trick earlier. Going up in the northwest once more, there's a matchbook, so we're going to need the matchbook from here. Now we need to go back west or west to the round room. Yes, so we're going to go southeast, down west, and that takes us back to the round room. We're going to go southeast to the engravings cave, east once more, and then we're at the dome room. We can't go down yet, but we can tie the rope to the railing, and then now we can go down and descend. That is a one-way path, though. If we go up, we can't because we cannot reach the rope. Here we have a torch. I'm going to take the torch. So this is a treasure, but it also provides light if you check your inventory. So we can turn the lamp off now and then drop it, actually, because we're not going to need it. Um, this is a little risky because if the thief comes along and happens to take your torch from you, then you're kind of just completely boned. It's game over at that point. But I'm just going to try not to worry about that and keep moving. Anyways, here we have a bell. We're going to take the bell. And if we take a detour to the east, this is the Egyptian room. There's a coffin. We're going to take the coffin, and then we're going to open the coffin up, and then there's a scepter here. So we're going to take the scepter too. All of these are treasures except for the bell. The bell is useful for something coming up real soon. Oops, I meant to say south. There's a book and some candles. So we're going to need both of these for what we're doing next. So we need to take... Oh, we don't have inventory space. That's fun. This is why we do not need to carry the sword around with us, because inventory space is very limited. Um, Here, I'm just going to try putting the scepter in the coffin again, and then take the candles. No, it didn't work. Let's just go ahead and I'm just going to show you one trick that you can use at this altar. If you're ever at the altar, if you pray, you wind up in a forest. I believe if you go east, you wind up in the forest path, and then south goes to north of house, and then you can go east again, and then west into the kitchen and living room. Now that we're here, we're going to put the coffin and scepter in case. Oh my god. Sometimes the game is a little weird like that, but you know. Anyways, down, north, east, east, southeast, east, down, and then south is back where we were. So if we're back to the altar, we can take the candles, and then we can go down once more. Down to the entrance of Hades again. This is kind of a risky area. You do not want to go here without knowing what you're doing. But our first step is to ring our bell. So we're going to do that. We drop our candles, so we need to take those again. We need to light a match with our matchbook. We need to light candles with match. And as you can see, something special is happening. If you don't see the message that the flames flicker widely and appear to dance and then the spirits tremble and cower, that means you've done something wrong and you're off sequence. So you want to see that message right there. And finally, you read from the book. And what you've done is you've just performed an exorcism, and the spirits will now allow you to pass to the south. This is the land of the dead. And what we're here for is this crystal skull right here. So we're going to take a skull, and then we can get the heck out of Dodge. We don't need the bell anymore. We're not going to need the candles, book, or matchbook from this point forward. And from here we can go up, north, touch, mirror. And that transports us to the different mirror room because we've seen a mirror room before. We've seen it near the north side of the reservoir. So if we go here, we can go to the cold passage in the slide room and then down and then up. And then we're back at the living room, super fast, super easy, nice and easy. So let's put the skull in the case. Let's take our air pump because that'll be useful soon. And then let's head back down to the cellar. Now we need to go one more trip to the dome room to get our lantern back. So let's go ahead and do that now. East, east, southeast, east, down, and then we take our lamp. If we go to the altar again and pray, then we can go east, south, east, west, west, and we're right back to the living room. Here, I'm going to put our torch in the case. I spelled that wrong. And now we need to turn our lamp on. But what we need now that I'm back at the living room is to take the scepter. That is relatively important, I would say. Other than that, I just remembered something else also important. I apologize. Now we need to take this sack if you didn't use it before. The thing about this sack is it counts as a container. So if we open the sack, we can see it has a lunch. Let's eat the lunch because there's nothing else to do with it at this point because we've already got rid of the Cyclops. We can put our scepter in sack, and I will explain why you need to do that once it comes up. But that is something that is very important that you need to make sure that you do. If you go north, east, east, east again to the loud room, up northeast, I think. Can you go up again? Northwest to the reservoir, south, and then east. We don't need the wrench. We can go east one more time. I'm not entirely sure where I put my screwdriver. I hope I have it. Here, there's a small pile of plastic folded up. So what we're going to use is we're going to pump plastic with, I think that should work. Um, inflate plastic with pump. That should work. Okay. Um, that happens, and it seems that this is actually a boat. Now, the thing is, we're going to use this boat, but if you have the scepter is a sharp object, and that will puncture the boat and make it unusable. So by putting it inside the sack, which is considered a container, the scepter will no longer puncture the boat. And that's why it's very important that the scepter is inside the sack right now before we get in. So we're going to do that, and then we say launch to launch it. Now we're on the river in the boat. We're going to do some wait commands to pass time. As you can see, we move downstream a little bit every single time. There's a faint rumbling. Now here, once there's a red buoy, which it says it's probably a warning, you need to take the buoy and then immediately go east and land. So now we can stand up. We can open the buoy, and inside is an emerald because reasons. So we're going to take emerald, and now there's also a shovel here. So we're going to take the shovel at the same time, drop the buoy so we don't waste inventory space, and then head northeast to the sandy cave. Here we can dig sand with shovel 4 times. No more. Once you see the scarab, that's it. You can drop the shovel, take scarab. Southwest again. Back to the beach. We need to go south again, and south once more. We are at the sort of cave exit. This is a massive waterfall that we would have gone over if we stayed in the boat. So don't stay in the boat after the red buoy. You will fall off the waterfall and die. The thing is, we see a rainbow, but we can't go that way. There's no way to get on the rainbow unless you wave your scepter. And then the rainbow becomes solid. You can go west twice across it. Here we have a pot of gold that we need to get at the end of the rainbow. Now we go southwest once more. And we are at Canyon Bottom. So we need to go up from here, up once more. And now this is all outdoor area that you can access from the very beginning of the game. So if we go west, oh gosh, I think we can go, I have gotten myself lost. If you ever find yourself in the clearing, just go south. That's how you get to the forest path, and then you can go south once more to get back to the house. The forest is a little finicky. It's kind of maze-like. Just wander around and take notice if you come across the clearing or the forest path, because those are your gateways back to the house. Anyways, let's go through the window again, and now we have a boatload of treasures. We have the gold, we have the scarab, we have the emerald, and we have the scepter inside the trophy case now. Um, all right. Now we can drop our air pump. We won't be needing that anymore, but we do need to take our garlic. Doing that command takes it out of the sack, which is important because we need to be actually holding the garlic inside of our hand. We cannot have it inside of a container going forward. And you'll see why that's important in the near future. So I'm going to take the torch once again and then turn the lamp off. As you can see, the lamp does lose its light over time, so you're kind of on a really forgiving time limit to get this game over with. I'm going to hope I have the what's it called, the screwdriver somewhere, because I sure as heck don't have it in my inventory. You know, what's intriguing to me is I have a sneaking suspicion that this might be the thief's doing. If you ever notice that an item is missing like that, it could be the thief. So in order to take care of him, now is a good time because our score is built up, so we might want to do that. So if we go down back to the loud room, all the way back to the troll room, cellar, and then up in here, I want to go east to the kitchen, up, and then now we take this knife. This knife is a slightly better weapon on the thief than the sword is, so that's why we're using that. Anyways, I have the torch on me. I'm going to turn our lamp on, and then we're going to head west and west to the Cyclops room. Now if we go up, something very strange is going to happen. We're in a treasure room, and we're already not to a good start. Oh boy. This is the treasure room. This is where you fight the thief. If you need to give the thief the egg manually, this is the place to do it because he will always show up here, no matter where he actually is in the map. So we're going to give our torch to the thief. as a distraction tactic. So he won't attack us this turn, and now we kill thief with knife. And we pray. We pray we get him. 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 Okay, we got him. The thief is gone. Anyways, now that he's dead, you'll notice that our treasures are back. He drops his weapon, the stiletto, but we have our torch, we have our coins that were stolen from us at the beginning, and we have an egg with a new item, the cannery. And that is what we need to give the egg to the thief for, so he will actually open it for us. So we need to take torch, coins, egg, and cannery, and all of those are fine and good. But there is no screwdriver, which is really not good. We also need to grab the chalice while we're here. That's a treasure, so we need to go back to this room. Now we put the chalice, the egg, the coins inside case. Let's turn off the lamp and then head out to the forest path. You'll notice we hear the chirping of a songbird. Now we need to wind this cannery. If we wind it, we get a beautiful poetic paragraph, and this bird delivers to us a bauble. Now this bauble is very important because it's a treasure, and we cannot get this without winding the cannery, without having the thief open the egg for us. So we need to take that, and now we can go back south and put cannery and bauble in the case. Now I need to go find the screwdriver real bad. I don't know where it is. We can drop the knife now. Okay. I actually found the screwdriver inside the maze. And that's another thing that the thief can do. He can take your items that you leave around underground and move them to different underground rooms, which is what happened in this case. So thank gosh I found it. Otherwise, that would be a real problem. So let's take the screwdriver back. And now we have everything we need to... Okay, there we go. I thought I was lost in the maze for a second. Anyways, we have our screwdriver, we have our torch, we have our garlic, and we have our lantern. Now we should be all set. So from the living room, down, north, east, 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 up to the loud room and to the canyon, northwest to the reservoir again, north across it, up again, and now we just wind our way back to the slide room. Now we can go north to the mine entrance, then west to the squeaky room. And the squeaky room is a warning sign that you don't want to go here without the garlic. So if you go north, here is a bat. He is a vampire bat, and you need the garlic out of the sack and not in a container in order to scare him away. So we need to have that. We can take this figurine here, and then we can continue onward to the shaft room. Now, what I want to do is put torch in basket, which is going to look really weird. It's going to look kind of strange, but we do need to turn our lamp on now since we're going... Oh my gosh. We need to go north into the smelling room, and this room is dark. Foul odor. You do not want to take matches, candles, the torch into the next room because you're just going to die since it's a gas room and it will explode. So if we examine coal gas, it's not an object we can examine. Never mind. Anyways, this gas will not fly if we bring something flammable in here that's on fire. There's a bracelet here that we need to grab, and then we can go east in the coal mine. So from the gas room, you go east into it, then northeast, southeast, southwest, and then down to the ladder top, down once more to the ladder bottom, and then south to the dead end. There's a piece of coal here, so we're going to take that. If we go to the ladder bottom and go west instead, there's a timber. Let's drop coal real fast and take timber. If I'm just going to drop the timber right here, since we're going to never go to the dead end ever again, let's grab the coal, and then we're going to go up the ladder through the coal mine. So we need to go from the ladder top up, north, east, south, south, north. Okay. So that's how you get back to the gas room. And then we go up to the smelly room, south of the shaft room, and here we can put screwdriver and coal in basket. And then we lower basket. So that's all done. If we go north to the smelly room, down to the gas room, and then back through the coal mine. So east, northeast, southeast, southwest, and then down twice, and then west. If we try and go west here, we cannot fit through the passage carrying anything in our inventory. So let's drop all. So that includes the bracelet, the figurine, the garlic, and our lantern. Make sure the lantern is on, by the way. Leave it on. Now we can fit through the gap, and you can see we have the drafty room. And here is our basket. If you do not lower the basket, this room will be pitch black, and you should immediately leave to the east to try and get back to the timber room. So the drafty room is located directly below the shaft room up above the coal mine. So anything we put in the basket, we can use to transport items to the other side of that wall where you can't take anything through. So now that we have the basket down on here, we can take the coal, screwdriver, and torch, and then go south. Machine room. Now we open the lid to the machine, we put the coal in machine, we close the lid, and then we turn switch with screwdriver, flip switch, do something like that, and then you should see this message. Once that happens, you can open the lid again, and we have a diamond. So we can take the diamond and then drop the screwdriver. We won't be needing that anymore, and go north to the basket again. Let's put the torch, diamond in basket, and then head east. We're almost done. We're almost done. We just need to take all of this stuff. Make sure you don't have the timber with you. That's why I dropped it in the dead end before, because I don't want to get it confused with all my other things. And then we need to go out of the coal mine one last time. So ladder top, up, north, east, south, north. And we should be in the gas room, so we can go up and south. Here we raise the basket. And it doesn't tell you this, but if you use the look command, you can see that the basket has our diamond and torch in it. So we need to take our diamond and torch, and then we should be good to go. Now we need to go west again, make sure you still have your garlic, and then south, east, south to the slide room, down, and then up. Now we can put our torch, diamond, bracelet, and figurine all into the case. And once we've done that, that is every single treasure in the entire game. So you'll notice this voice will whisper into your ear, look at your treasures for the final secret. So let's examine trophy case. And as you can see at the very top of the screen right now, in the trophy case is an ancient parchment, which appears to be a map. So we need to examine map, and it shows a really crude set of instructions. There's a clearing with a house in it, and then one of these paths leading southwest goes to the stone barrow. So let's go east to the kitchen, east out of the house, and then let's go. We can go south around the house, and then west back to where we started. This is where we started. We have our leaflet that we read so long ago, and from here we can now go southwest into the stone barrow, which you could not do before collecting all of the treasures and reading the map. From here, we need to go west. I know it says east in the room description, but you can't go that way. You need to go west. And then that's it. That's the end of Zork 1. And if you have all 350 points, you should get the rank of Master Adventurer. That is every single treasure in the game, and that is escaping the Great Underground Empire. So there we go. After this, it continues into Zork 2, The Wizard of Frobos. I might play that game later too. But yeah, that's how you beat Zork 1. Hopefully I provided lots of helpful tips and tricks. The thief did scatter our items, which is a great example of that happening. The thief even kind of wounded us in the fight a little bit. So that was also really good. Ideally, you fight the thief last, but the longer you leave the thief alive, the more chance he has of messing with your stuff. And sometimes that can be really unforgiving and lock the game in an unbeatable state. So you don't want that to happen. I would recommend saving early and often, and saving before every single fight, just to make sure that something really stupid like that does not happen to you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope the guide was helpful for those of you who are trying to beat this game yourself. I did not cover all the rooms, but there is a map. There's plenty of maps online of all the rooms and the layout of the entire game. So I'm sure you can find where you are on there and how to get back to somewhere familiar. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all in the next video. Stay healthy out there.